By a vote of 9-2, Janelle, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Janelle, you're not sitting like someone who's very happy. Like there's a little lean happening here. What's your mood right now?
Oh, I'm actually very happy. I'm excited. I know that it's shocking. I've played this game so many times. I feel really great about everything. And I'm just like glad I came back for another All-Stars. And I'm pleasantly happy that I'm going home to see my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I totally get that. The problem is the fans are devastated.
I understand that, and I do feel bad. I came back on this season for the fans, for the show, just to have a little fun. I feel like, yes, I definitely let them down. I'm disappointed I couldn't last further, but it is what it is.
Well, I don't think the fans feel like you let them down. I mean, that's awesome for you to say that. I think, there's an element of shock. When I talked to you before this, I didn't expect you to be out of the house this soon. Are you surprised that you're sitting here right now?
No, not at all. Initially, when they asked me to do All-Stars, I was hesitant because I know how fast people gun for me to get out of the house. It's usually immediate. So that was my hesitation to even come back. So I was like, well, it's difficult to survive week after week when they gun for you and target you. So
you're a legend. Julie Chen said it. You're a Big Brother legend. What would you say to the fans? What's your message to them?
I'm so sorry. I didn't make it further. I'm super grateful for another experience, another All-Star season. And I absolutely love my fans so much. And if they can, please be nice to Nicole Anthony.
When we talked a few weeks ago, you told me that you wanted to play, the direct quote is super cutthroat and go out with a bang. Do you think you did that?
Well, I didn't get a chance to get power. So obviously, there would have been two really big players up if I had won HOH, but it didn't happen. So did I go out with a bang? Absolutely, always.
What do you think was harder, your first All-Stars or this one?
My first All-Stars was way harder. That was an initial gunning for me day one, targeting me day one. And the only thing that kept me alive in the house in my old All-Star season was competition wins and my alliance winning competitions.
So you mentioned Kaysar. You see him, it's been all these years. Did memories come flooding back right away?
They do, because we just hang out in the house and live together, and he just remembers everything about me. My desire for sugar and sweets, and then complaining that I'm disgusting and fat after I eat it. He's just he knows me so well. He's literally one of my best friends. So he just knows what it's like to be in the house with me. And memories always do come back.
Well, do you think if he hadn't been in the house, you would have had a better chance in all this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, if it were just me, I could have easily gotten into whatever alliance I needed to. There was definitely a thing where perhaps some people wanted to work with me, but maybe they didn't want to work with Kaysar kind of thing. Initially, I wanted to work with Tyler really bad. That would have been my first pick to do something with and go to him with a potential alliance, but I couldn't. It's hard. It's hard to play as a pair.
What was it like emotionally to be on the block with him again? History kind of repeated itself.
I've never left on the block with Kaysar. He's always left before me. So, but I knew this time it's different because of my history and what I've done in the game. I was actually okay with it because I did want to give Kaysar a chance to experience playing without me and see how well he does.
Right, it's the first time ever that he's going to be in the house playing the game without you. How do you think he's going to do? How will the game go and how will he do in there?
I think he'll do all right. I mean, obviously he's still a huge target because he knows the alliance in the house. He will absolutely go after those guys. It all comes down to who wins power. If one of the people not in that alliance wins power, I think there's a very good chance that they do go after the alliance.
Will you watch?
Absolutely. Yes. I watch every episode, every season. I've never missed it. Even though I've played, I'm still a huge, huge fan.
You did actually get 2 votes. You got a vote from Enzo and a vote from Danny. Julie was shocked by the Danny vote. What was your reaction to that?
I don't know what went on with the votes, why, the other ones, I haven't seen anything. I don't know why they didn't vote for me. It's whatever. I mean, great. 2 votes, great. I didn't want to go unanimous again, so it's great.
So Memphis was working with the other side of the house this entire time. What did you think of that?
I was very surprised. I'm very impressed with his gameplay. You know, I'm excited to see what he can do in the game, and I'm excited to see if he can win.
Is there part of you or a lot of you that wants to warn Kaysar?
Oh my gosh, I'm so worried for Kaysar because we tell Memphis everything, like everything.
What would you say to him if you could?
Don't trust Memphis.
I want to talk to you about Nicole. You have this relationship with each other. Things got rocky in the house for you two, to say the least. Tell me how you really feel about her at this point.
Unfortunately, we played The Amazing Race together, and there are situations and scenarios and gameplay that she did where I saw something in her that I didn't trust her because she backstabbed someone. So when I saw her in the house, I was like, cool, like we've got like this little whatever past friendship. But, you know, it's hard for me I never trusted her. Mm-hmm. And she needs a lot of like, she's very insecure. So I knew that going in there. I have to constantly tell her she's good. She's good. She's good. I just couldn't keep up with it, honestly, in the house. And she had such an obvious alliance to me. It was like, at this point, she knows I don't like her. So
it sounds draining for you.
Yep.
You're putting that simply. I don't like her. How much do you dislike her? How would you describe the way that you feel about her?
Her whining and her voice is insufferable to me. I absolutely hate hearing her voice.
What did you think of her goodbye message to you? She told you, don't come to my wedding.
I wasn't going to come anyway. I actually have a cheer competition with my daughters that weekend, so wasn't going to come anyway. I still will keep it classy, and I'm going to send him a nice gift.
Something off the registry?
You know, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, we'll see.
If you could say anything to her right now, what would you say?
Stop crying, be tougher, quit being a bitch. And sorry. That's it. That's all I have to say about that.
There's some people where, if you think to yourself they could do a couple things, maybe your relationship with them could be better, a couple changes, but for you and her, is it just gone?
I will not have a relationship with Nicole Franzel once this season is wrapped. I have no desire to maintain that sort of relationship with her. And I've never trusted her. And honestly, I don't like her gameplay. That's it.
Was this season the nail in the coffin on that?
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
You said that you mentioned what your downfall you kind of felt like was. Anything specific you would have done differently during these last days?
I wish I could have, reeled Kaysar in a little better. He gets too excited and, really likes to go for it. It's great to have that passion in the game, but unfortunately we didn't win power, so we just look like freaking idiots. Because he was like literally telling everyone in the house that we're putting up Cody, and I'm just like, this is not good. This is not good for me. I knew it was not good for me because I'm tied with Kaysar and I'm much bigger of a threat. So I knew last week when he was giggling and laughing that he wanted to blow up the house. I was like, I'm going to be on the block next week. But I don't win power, which sucks.
What was your strategy knowing that was going to happen?
What do I do? The guy's walking. I mean, he wants to do that and I have to play with him. I'm tied to him no matter what. What can I do? That's what he wants to do. He's targeting the other side.
I feel like you're a person who doesn't like to look like an idiot, Janelle.
No, I don't. And I've tried to tell him, like, you need to just chill out on this. You need to stop telling everyone in the house what you want to do because I'm tied to you.
Reaction to Enzo being the new HOH. How do you think he'll do? What do you think he'll do?
I'm super excited for him, but I feel like he's not going to take a crack at that alliance because he thinks he's in the alliance. Can I make a prediction on nominations?
I was going to say, yes, absolutely.
It's either Kaysar and David. Oh, you know what? What I hope he does is I hope he puts up Nicole and Ian. Not that Nicole would leave, but I know in the past I've talked with Enzo and we've kind of talked a little strategy that's like an easy nomination because they're both winners. Mm-hmm. He could do that. I hope he does that.
Who are you rooting for in the end? And who do you hope follows you out the door next?
I am rooting for, obviously, Kaysar. I would love for Bailey to do well. But if Enzo can win this game, I would be so, so happy. You know, he's a single dad. He's a nice guy. I hope he wins.
Janelle, you're a legend. Could we see you play this game a fifth time?
Lauren, I think no. If there were a shortened version of 30 days, like a winter package or a little whatever, a 30-day thing, yes, sign me up. But like, I can't do this again, come back for another, long period in the summer. It's just, I've got my business and my family. I feel like I'm good on that.